Hi guys, this is take two of this because apparently OBS decided it was going to crap out and not record the video. Which, unfortunate as it may be, we're still going to get through this. Mostly because I am exhausted and just need this to happen. So, we actually wrote notes for a change. Fundages have not changed. That's mostly because in the next coming pay, it's mine and Mrs. Stay's anniversary, and that kind of takes precedent. Like family things are the only things that take priority over trip. Uh, Duolingo and Fallow, same thing, different day. I am currently this close to second in my league, which is unfortunately only an emerald. Bit of help, we're working on it. Stepwise, we are at 10,202, mostly because I'm getting to my 10,000 mark after work, and I am just dropping after it because usually when I get to the afternoon, I'm sitting at like 4,000 steps, and then I power through 6,000 in an hour and kill my legs. Bike, I have not had time. I basically came home from work, took my daughter to the shops so that she could spend some time outside of the house because she has been being a little bit of a feral today, and we like to have her out and about. And then I felt like shit when I got home, so I dropped for a couple hours. Now, places I want to go. Uh, we found a new one today called Sawara. Again, I apologize for butchering your delightful language. Sawara has a couple of really cool things that I want to see, but it has one big drawback, and we'll get to that. So the big things I want to see is uh, this is a really cool old school style village. It's also known as what was it, Koedo, because the place has basically gone untouched since the Edo period. So all of the buildings there are like 200, 400 years old, and it looks amazing. They also have a festival celebrating their heritage twice a year, being in October and in April-ish. I think it might be March. I'm not entirely sure. Um, the drawback is that there is a thing that happens every year, and since I've already looked this up, uh, Sawara Iris, I can't spell shit tonight. They have a bloom just like the sakura, where 1.5 million irises bloom around the same time, and it looks phenomenal. But it's in their spring, which is not the side of the year that we're going. So part of me wants to save Sawara for a time where we could see that, because it doesn't seem too much like the kind of place I want to go multiple times. But yeah, the other thing we've decided location wise, or at the very least I've been running by and ran by my wife, was I only want to stay in three big cities. I'm not sure whether Hiroshima or Kyoto are getting cut yet, but one of them we won't be going to this trip because as it is, we were going to be ending up having like maximum 2 days each, maybe three, and that's not long enough to really experience any of the places because 2.5 weeks is not much time. Time wise has not changed. Stuff we need, I also believe, has not changed. Food, I decided tonight to look up weird ass food that Japan has. And through them, I found a couple that I will not be trying, so they will not be going on this list. Some of which due to location, some of which due to uh, what's the right word? Stigma, and one of which because it would make me sick. Not because I don't trust the people that have made it, just because I've spent so much time around chicken that eating raw chicken would make me crook. So the foods, we got four of them for tonight. Basashi, which is horse sashimi. It's only really made on the island that would be God, I can't even put my mouse over it. Right over here, down the southwest. Um, I would eat it, but we're not going down there this trip. One day we'll get there. One day we'll eat it, but this time not so much. Uh, Number two is torisashi, which is the raw chicken sashimi, and I am struggling with the word sashimi tonight. Um, I can't eat it because I have spent so much time around the preparation and cooking of chicken that I have it ingrained in my head so hard that we can't eat raw chicken. And I know what they do is they get the part that's like the centermost of the breast meat and they cook that. Like they give it a raw, they give it a sear around the edges, leave the middle uncooked, slice it up. And that's the healthiest way to do it because most of the bacteria and things that'll actually make you sick are on the outside layer. I still can't. Number three is because of the stigma to it, which is kujira, which is whale meat. That being said, I have said in the past that I will eat two of every animal, mostly because the first one might have been bad. And if I find a place that sells whale meat, just as I'm going around, I'll eat it. 100% will eat it. I know that the way that it's collected is immoral. I know that it's one of the worst things you can do from an ecological standpoint, but I would still eat it. But the thing I am actually going to add to this tonight is Kuma Niku Katsu. Which, little Japanese lesson for you, and this has pissed me off in Digimon for a long time. Kuma means bear. The reason it pisses me off about Digimon is there have been two Kumamon. One is now Bearmon, one is still Kumamon, and it annoys the hell out of me that they renamed one rather than just naming the second one something different. But yeah, this is like a piece, like a steak of bear meat that's by looks things tempura battered, then fried, and I will eat the shit out of that. But that looks like it's going to be enough for tonight. I am exhausted, and I've been Faye. You've been awesome, and I'll see you all tomorrow.